So sorry about that. Thank you very much for joining in. I don't know where our sign language interpreter is at. I think we will just give it a few minutes as we wait for her to join in. So welcome all to this webinar. My name is Grace Nzula, and I am a HR consultant and trainer with Atara Solutions. And you are tuned in to Get It Right with Atara Solutions, which is a webinar series that seeks to demystify issues in entrepreneurship and employment. And we do this every Tuesday from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Zoom. And yeah, okay, I was just trying to go live on Facebook, and there you go, Claire. All right, so
thank you.
We have done season 3. We are on season 3 of Get It Right with Atara Solutions. Season 1, we did 24 episodes where we covered topics like how to register a business legally in Kenya. We also interviewed a couple of entrepreneurs, one who has run a business for over 40 years, and then one who has been in business for 20 years. We had the queen of networking, Sarah Karingi. We interviewed Kaleche Mumo. We have covered quite a lot of stuff in season 1. We also covered burnout. So if you're feeling like you're tired, then you can go to our YouTube channel, Get It Right with Atara Solutions, and you'll find a lot of information. And then in season 2, we had a lot of fun with 34 episodes, with the last episode being a physical meetup. And in season 2, we covered a lot on mental health. We covered a lot on workplaces. We covered a lot on job seekers. If you have an interview and you don't know what to do, please go to our YouTube channel. You'll find an episode called How to Answer Interview Questions. If you're an entrepreneur and you're looking for a way of doing business in terms of KRA, we partnered with KRA and did about 3 episodes. So season 2, you'll find all this information on our YouTube channel, which is Get It Right with Atara Solutions. And then we are on season 3. We started season 3 in January. We did Your Money in 2022. We did goal setting. We did strategies of surviving an elections year. We have done career guidance. We've done quarter life crisis. I mean, we have done quite a lot. All this information is found on our YouTube channel, Get It Right with Atara Solutions. There's a lot of information there. So allow us to just probably give a recognition to our partners. Get It Right with Atara Solutions is brought to you by Atara Solutions in partnership with a number of organizations. We have Balcon Housing. Balcon Housing is a real estate and property management company. They are based in Nairobi, but they have properties all over the country. And then we have Stallion Construction Company. Stallion Construction is, like the name spells it, is a construction firm where if you're looking to renovate your house, or you're looking to subdivide your office, or just put up a whole house, then Stallion Construction are your people. And then we have Ames College of Business and Technology. Ames College of Business and Technology. For the HR professionals tuned in here, if you are looking for a place to do your CHRP, then Ames College of Business and Technology have online classes for that as well as physical classes. And then if you are a student who's finished Form 4 and you're wondering what to do, and you have a few business courses that you want to take up on, like any diploma courses, then Ames College of Business and Technology will be there for you. They are located at Lotus House in Nairobi. And then we have Wandi Restaurant. Wandi Restaurant is a restaurant located at Ola in Kambiti. Kambiti is on the highway, Nyeri Nairobi Highway, or Nyeri Nanyuki Nyeri Kirinyaga Highway. And then we have the Career Management Center. Career Management Center is a HR firm. They have an awesome program for moms. If you're a mom who took a break to go become a mom, or just for the family, and you're looking to bounce back into the workplace, then Career Management Center have an awesome program for you. And then we have Pathway Solutions Services. Oh my God, Pathway Solutions has been really good to us and our audience. Last week, we could not even give everyone, like by 9:30, we had over 20 messages for people looking to win with Pathway Solutions, and we only had 5 slots. So I really apologize to all of you who missed out this chance. Today, they're also offering 5 people in business and 5 people who are employees, again, on some free trainings. They're actually, for the 5 business people, they'll do a free training on Zoom for your employees. So we'll announce that towards the end of this webinar. And then we have Wicklin. Wicklin is a carpet cleaning company, or rather cleaning solutions. They offer cleaning solutions, especially your carpet. They have a machine that cleans carpets within 6 minutes. Can you imagine? 6 minutes. So you deliver your carpet today, or actually they do free pickup and delivery in Nairobi. So they pick up your carpet, they come to your house, pick up your carpet this morning, and then if you're not too far, they will bring it today. But if not, then tomorrow morning you can have your carpet back. Can you believe that? And then we have Kapula Mintito. Kapula Mintito are located in Mombasa, but they sell everywhere in Kenya. Wanauza vipochopocho vya Mombasa kama vile, wewe leo unasikia Catherine, my Swahili has worked. So they sell coastal goodies, like mabuyu, they have cashew nuts, they have CMOS gel. By the way, for those of you who have heard the Sifa, or rather the fame about CMOS gel, then a couple of Mintito will be able to sort you out. And then I love their mabuyu. By the way, it's nothing. I've never tasted mabuyu that good. And then we have Fina Gardens. Fina Gardens resort is located in Naivasha. If you have a function in Naivasha, you're looking to have a wedding, you're looking to have take your kids for holiday, you're looking for a place to just go with your friends, or you're there in Naivasha for a conference. For those of you who go for conferences in Naivasha and you're wondering where to sleep, then Fina Gardens have awesome facilities. They also have a swimming pool, and their fish is out of this world. I can go back for that fish over and over again. And then we have the College of Career Guidance and Development. College of Career Guidance and Development, they offer a diploma in career guidance, and this is done online for 3 days, 3 to 4 days a week. And they did a very awesome and insightful webinar here on career guidance. So for those of you who are looking to just enhance their career guidance, take on career guidance for the future, to support the people in employment in your organizations, or if you run a school and you're looking to support your students, please get in touch with College of Career Guidance. Or if you're looking to have talks in your organizations about careers and where people are going, then they will be able to do that. And then we have Panessa Training Institute. This is a carpentry school. If you want to study carpentry, you know COVID got skills, and I'm glad that today we are discussing multiple streams. Then you can start by joining Panessa Training Institute, where we will be able to teach you how to become a carpenter. I happen to be a manager at that college, so if you're looking to have fun, talk to me. So without further ado, thank you very much, our audience, for joining in. I can see people from Kampala. Jimmy, thank you very much for being here. And for all of you who have managed to join us, asanteni sana. And allow me not to take any more minutes of your time, and just welcome Claire. Claire, thank you very much for agreeing to do this. We are very excited. You know, I mean, after COVID, I think it was a wake-up call. Yeah. And like today we were having a conversation with a client who is like, we don't have work for July and August. And we are like, so what do we do with the people? And you can tell like where like employers are stuck, and some of the employees might be sent home for about 2 months until September. So what do we do around this time? So can you tell us, how do we build, and especially underline the word sustainable? Because I know, by the part of the reason why Get It Right started is because 80% of businesses, 80% fail in the first decade. And that's not a very long time, yeah? So tell us, how do we build sustainable side hustles?
Wow. Thank you so much, Grace. Thank you, Catherine, our sign interpreter. Yeah, so I will get started. Let me just share my screen. Let me see. Okay, that is fine. That's fine for a while. It's okay. So let me just get on my other screen where I have my work on the same. So thank you all for joining on in this webinar. My name is Claire Angoe. I am a finance and investment specialist and Airbnb host. So tonight we are just going to talk about running a business while in employment. As Grace has said, the 2020 COVID, when pandemic started, it was a very strong wake-up call for almost everyone, even those who are like in full-time employment. Someone was at least shaken somewhere and realized that they don't have sufficient, either in terms of capital, sufficient finance, or just business planning to continue going. So tonight we are going to cover running a business while in employment, because this is something that I've practically lived myself. I started my first business during the COVID pandemic. Yeah, at that point I was working at PricewaterhouseCoopers as an auditor, and we had shifted to remote work. So with remote work, I realized we are saving a lot of time in terms of commute. You have some extra time to do, and of course at that point everything was thinking, what will happen maybe if the company has something like salary cuts, which didn't happen to us, but it happened to very many people at that time. So tonight, allow me to just take you through what can we really do as a professional who is in full-time employment. What can you do to run a business alongside your own career as well. I run two businesses, Magnifique Airbnbs, Nafu House Collections, and I'm also a co-director at the Joycil Preparatory School. I do all these things while still employed somewhere. I am a senior financial analyst in a fintech startup. So I will get straight to the point. So what can we do as professionals? Where do we begin? Or rather, what is even the need of, having a small business besides your main career, yeah? Or being entrepreneurial. Let's just call it being entrepreneurial, yeah? And as Grace, as you've said, I think one of the things people, especially as Kenyans, that we need to understand is we need to identify our own niches, yeah? As you've said, most of the businesses in Kenya don't survive beyond a decade, yeah? And I've been studying a lot about the Jewish phenomenon and why most Jewish businesses or Israeli businesses thrive compared to various businesses in the world. And one of the things is being able to identify your mastery path, like what do you really want to do? So even before you begin that business or that side hustle as a full-time employee, ask yourself, what are some of the transferable skills that you have as a full-time professional that you can leverage in your side hustle, but still at the same time be able to commit to be able to deliver excellent work both in what you're doing, be it in your business or be it in your career, yeah. And then the second thing I will say when it comes to identifying multiple streams of income is when people get started, one of the main fears that we have as individuals is we ask ourselves, so what will I start? Which business can I start? And for me, I usually say the business you start or the side hustle that you start is dependent on the multiple stream of income that you want to focus on, yeah? And we have more than 7 multiple sources of income traditional in the world. You have your salary, which you're getting from your employment income. You have profits, which is someone who has a business. You have dividends, which you're getting from your investments. You have rent. If you're a landlord, you're getting some rent. If you're a writer, you're getting some royalties somewhere, for things like that. So when you start your business, one of the things that you should clearly identify, first of all, is where are you going to peg your business and which stream of income are you looking to build, yeah? And one of the things that I really has helped me as a young professional who has transitioned to the entrepreneurial side is being able to just sit down and ask myself, okay, this is what I currently earn in my full-time employment job, but this is my goal of where I want to be in terms of my total income at the end of the month or at the end of the year. And one of the things that we need to know as individuals is that we cannot save from an empty basket. This is something that I usually tell people. So if you are living in a situation whereby you're just living from hand to mouth, it even becomes impossible to save. And it's funny that even in the East African community, we Kenyans have been rated to have like the least saving mechanisms, or like our savings are not as developed as our other East African counterparts. And it's not because we don't have much, it's just ideally that the way our curriculum is set from a young age, we are not taught how to think entrepreneurial, yeah? And you see, you can't even save and make something out of it if you're not thinking like an entrepreneur. So even as you try to identify what really you want to do with your life, one of the things you should actually focus on is you need to know how to save, and then now you need to know how to convert these savings into multiple streams of income, because savings alone may yield very little interest. Yeah, for those who have done finance, I'm sure you know, even when you put money in your bank account or in a fixed deposit account or in a money market fund, the most you can get in a year annually is like an interest rate of 10% if you're just putting it in, if you're risk averse. Yeah, so you can imagine if you want to grow, let's say you want to generate some extra income of 100,000 at the end of the year, and you only have 10,000 in your savings. How are you going to generate that if you're not thinking from an entrepreneurial mindset? So these are some of the things that I am going to talk about, and now I will start with where to really begin, or where do we begin as professionals when it comes to creating sustainable businesses. Yeah, and one thing that I've had to learn in this journey is let's not approach businesses with a scarcity mentality. Yeah, the problem why most of our businesses in the Kenyan economy, or most of our side hustles, are not sustainable is because we approach these things with a scarcity mindset. Yeah, we do things with a survival mindset. You're just doing bora nifanye, you know, kidogo si nimepata, I've gotten something to do, like 1,000 for today, that's enough. 3,000, you eat, you forget that you're supposed to reinvest in your business, and something is supposed to be self-sustainable. Yeah, so how to begin is, first of all, leave the scarcity mindset. When you start a business, try and start it like a baby and make it grow, rather than starting it and neglecting it and expecting this baby to be, you know, to be fully nourished. Yeah, and the next point, and where to begin, is to first identify the core reason to be your ultimate guide. Yeah, so for instance, if you ask me where did I start, for me, I just started randomly. Let's say it was during the COVID time. I was feeling cold in the house. I was looking for some fleece blankets, and I realized I don't have fleece blankets. Yeah, now I started sourcing for fleece blankets. I had to go to town, you know, trying to look at various shops. Then I came across one, and I was like, wow, this is nice. Then I asked myself, how many people are looking for these things and they can't identify them like me, because they are young professionals and they don't have time to go shopping around. Yeah, so you see, I sat down and identified a problem, you know, and figure it out. That's how I started my first business. So I started my first business by just addressing a problem that I had and trying to imagine how many people are also facing the same problem that I'm going. And that's how my business Nafu House Collections was born. So ideally, I started sourcing for items for people, selling online, delivering, so that they have to save on the, you know, the commute cost, the hassle cost of they don't know what to do. Number 3, when it comes to where to begin in terms of building sustainable business, is identifying your transferable skills. For me, in fact, I studied finance. Personally, I'm a finance practitioner. So most of the time, when people meet me who don't know me from my educational background, they're surprised when I tell them I do finance, because they're like, you're more of a marketer. You're so busy on Facebook, you know, advertising your businesses and so on. So with time, as I expanded my businesses, I realized I'm very good in marketing. This is literally a transferable skill that I didn't realize I even have it when I was still, you know, doing my own finance work, accounting related work. So sometimes it takes you to get out of your comfort zone to be able to realize that you really have some transferable skill that you can leverage on your business as well. And as you build your business from scratch again, one of the things I need to focus on is, are you building this business a legacy business, or is it just a survival business? And as I've said before, the problem with most of us is we start our businesses when we are in a crisis mode, when we need to make some quick bucks here and there. But in real sense, that is not how businesses operate. As a sound business professional, we need to be able to come up with planning. You need to do your research markets. And once you understand how all these factors come together, at least when you sit down and say, okay, let me start a side hustle, you are literally focusing on it and you're putting systems in place. And in matters multiple streams of income, as I've said previously, multiple streams of income will enable you to be able to actually increase your disposable income. Because if, for instance, in a month you get, let's say 80,000 net salary, I'm assuming you're a young professional somewhere, you're getting 80,000 net salary. And out of 80,000 net salary, maybe 50% of this net salary is going to your expenses. And if you're not really careful, and if you do not have like a proper plan of what's really to do with that money, you will find yourself spending that money, and at the end of it all, having nothing to show of. Yeah, there are so many instances where I meet, fellow young professionals, fellow people in business, and someone is telling me, Claire, I was in this company, I worked for so many years, but when I left that company, I had nothing to show for it. Like, this is someone who is frustrated financially because they wonder where was all the money they were earning, where did it go? Yeah, and this is because most of us fail to realize that even as young professionals, even as professionals, full-time professionals who are working, there's life beyond the net salary. Yeah, what you do with the net salary, it's like you've been given this amount, and you need to figure out what to do with it. But because most of us are not, we were taught that, there are people who do entrepreneurship, and then there are people who don't do entrepreneurship, which is a myth. Because even for you to become a very good business person, you need to get rid of some of these myths and misconceptions. Yeah, and one way people can effectively build multiple streams of income is just by being entrepreneurial minded. Yeah, because these multiple streams of income are the ones which are going to compound your disposable income. So for instance, if you can averagely save and you invest comfortably in Kenya, you need at least 3 sources of income, yeah, to be able to live well. But most people just depend on their salary, and then when like a small emergency comes, you become poor. Yeah, a friend of mine once told me that in this Kenya, you are one sickness away from poverty if you're not careful, or if you don't have like multiple income streams. Yeah, and there are many various avenues where you can invest. Again, another myth that most people usually think when we talk about entrepreneurship, when it comes to building sustainable businesses, when you talk about entrepreneurship, people just imagine this is hard work, this is hustle. But no, even the small investment you do in terms of, let's say, if you deal with forex or crypto, that is you trying to build multiple income streams. So you need to be entrepreneurial, you need to be creative, you need to be alert on what is happening in your market, so that where can you at least do something with your extra money. And you don't have to invest all of your money, by the way. Funny thing, most people will ask me, how much do you really need to be able to build a sustainable side hustle or a sustainable business? Yeah, when people come to me, people think, oh my God, they need like $1 million, $500,000. But there are various businesses that you really don't have to start with such capital intensive. Yeah, it's all a matter of you trying to put something small somewhere and waiting for it to be able to compound pole pole. So you need to really identify your areas of niche, your areas of interest, do thorough research on it, and then after you've identified that is when now you can decide, okay, this is going to be my niche. So for instance, for me, I started with Nafu House collections. It was doing well. After I started, I started by sourcing locally. Yeah, locally, in that you'll find me going to Kamkunji. And by that time I'm working at PwC, but ukiniona huko Kamkunji hata ungejua nina work PwC, but it was still during Corona period. So it's about stepping out of the comfort zone, trying to identify what really is there, what is really not there. Then after some point I realized, oh my God, I can even make more money when I import these items myself. But now I narrowed down on a specific niche because I'd already, from selling different items, I realized my niche is in carpets. Yeah? So I started by importing carpets, and that's how I built my brand for Nafu House Collections. And then another thing now, when it comes to building a sustainable side hustle or a business, one thing to be very keen on is your personal finance. Yeah, as an individual, you really need to be keen of your personal finance, because your own level of discipline in your personal finance will even determine how much risk you can take when it comes to building a side hustle. Yeah, when I look at most people who come to me for coaching or training on how they can, investment planning, individual investment planning, on how they can be able to build multiple streams of income beyond their main careers, most of them, people are struggling. You're either overspending, you have a good salary, you have a good job, you have a good net salary, but you are not financially disciplined. Yeah, so you see, if you're not financially disciplined and you start a business, you will end up projecting this bad behaviors to your business, and it will kill your business. That's what literally happens. Yeah, so I usually tell people, when you start a small business, no matter how much you are earning, whether you're earning 1 million in your full-time job or whatever, try and have some good sense of personal finance discipline when it comes to your business, so that you're able to handle your business professionally. Yeah, so for instance, if you are a person who loves spending all the time, remember, your business money is your business money, it's not yours. Yeah, so these are some of the things that I tell people. Let's learn to have a high sense of discipline when it comes to personal finance, because what you do on a personal level in your finances is what you're going to extrapolate in your business. And then maintaining balance. I know most of you will now ask, how do you balance all these things as a professional? Like, how do you manage to balance your business, to balance your full-time career? And it's not a walk in the park. I usually give disclaimers. I will never tell someone entrepreneurship is very easy. Sometimes you will go very broke. Yeah, because running a business is expensive, depending on which kind of business you're doing or which multiple streams of income you're trying to build. Always remember your big boss. I usually call my full-time job my big boss. Yeah, because when you remember your big boss, you will be disciplined not to slack off at it just because you're making some more money. I remember around 3 weeks ago, not 3 weeks ago, I think 1 month ago, I was at the office at work, and one of the interns asked me, Claire, I've been reading your stories all over the media, and I'm just wondering, what are you doing in employment? Yeah. And now I had to break it down to this intern and tell them, you know what? You always have to remember the big boss. Like, your full-time career is your big boss. You need to give 100% excellence. But at the same time, you need to create systems for your small business that you've created in place, that this business can run without you being physically present. That's one of the things on how to maintain balance when you're handling both your business and your full-time job. Number 3, when it comes to maintaining balance on this aspect, is you need to make the systems work in your favor. Yeah, so for instance, for me, for the multiple businesses, when I talk about Airbnbs, yeah, for me, I have a system whereby I have my cleaner, I do the marketing, I do handling of the money. So the only thing that will require me to be there is maybe checking a client, and already I've delegated that. I've delegated the cleaning, I've delegated the management of the Airbnb, but I'm still in charge of my clients. And this is where I say that you need to make the systems work for you as a professional and also as a business owner. I usually say any business without a system, or any career path without a system, it's bound to fail. So ensure that you have a system for your small businesses and you can make them work. And then always remember, you are the captain of your life. Even as you try to balance both your small business and your main full-time career, always remember that you're the captain of your life. And at any point, feel free to slack off, especially in your business. Feel free to know when to take a step back, and just to be comprehensive in matters of trying to maintaining a work-life balance, because also entrepreneurship can cause burnout. Yeah, so you can imagine being a very in a very intense work environment, and at the same time you're trying to do work here and there, like to make the businesses work. You really need to know when to take rest, when to go for leave, and when to rest in your business. There are days when I go as far as maybe 1 week without posting anything related to my business. Yeah, not because I have abandoned the business, but because I know when to take a healthy break, I know when to rejuvenate, and already I have systems in place. I know where to get clients and things like that. And lastly, now I will talk about the systems of ensuring that your business, you're having a tangible business as a full-time professional and you're making it work, is tight financial control of the situation. I usually tell full-time professionals, don't start a business that requires people to touch money all the time when you're not there, because I mean, human beings are human beings. Your employees will steal from you if at all they're the ones who are in charge of receiving the money. So ensure you have set up your business in a way that you have financial control. For me, like for instance, Airbnb, there's no point where my assistant comes into contact with money, because all my clients pay through the Airbnb system. When it comes to Full House collections, I'm the one who manages the till. So even if I send a rider in town to deliver something to someone to their home, the money will still reflect in my account and I'll be able to see immediately. And then in business and both in your career, your people are your most important assets. Yeah. So you need to empower the people you're working with, especially for your small business. You need to empower them. You need to let them know that it is okay for them to be able to do the things that you do in that business without feeling like they are a threat to you. Yeah. Because if you're not there as a small business owner, you're busy at work. Yeah. And your people who you have entrusted them to do the work to do, they are not doing the work. It's going to be a hard work in the park. And then you need to do your routine checks. Yeah. One of the many things that most people find that it's very hard to start a business as a full-time professional. People imagine that you will either lose control as a business owner, or you will either micromanage people. There's like really not a standard, borderline of how much is too much when it comes to managing people. So for me, I usually say, as a business owner, you can't afford to slack off. You need to be able to know what is happening in your business. Don't be like a passive business owner. No matter the business, no matter how small or how over delegated you have over delegated to the people helping you, you need to be there present. You need to know what people are doing in your business. And yeah, that will set you to the path of success. Yeah. So to sum it up, in all my 3 lessons that I am talking about, before maybe I give this back to Grace to give an opportunity for people to ask questions. My major 3 lessons in being able to run my business as a full-time professional is, one of the hardest thing you will face is choosing when to start. That is one of the hardest things, because you don't know how to handle, you don't know how to navigate. But you see, in this modern world, there are a lot of people who can give you guidance, but at the end of it all, if you don't have the courage to start, you will never go anywhere. Me, when I started my business, at first I was scared, because I was like, oh my God, what am I even doing? Yeah, you don't know what to do with the business. You don't know, but you need to step out and learn it yourself. People will train you, people will do everything they can, but if you don't have the courage to do it yourself, it's not going to work. My second lesson, or my second takeaway, is that there's nothing new under the sun. Yeah, because this is something that people usually struggle with. Which kind of business am I supposed to start? I'm not a business person. What will I do? What will I do? For me, I usually say, all these businesses you see in Kenya, in the world, most of these businesses are related. It's a copy paste of another. It's just that it's packaging which is different, problem solution which is different. Yeah. So there is nothing new under the sun. We all need to learn how to be able to sell. I usually say, as a human being, the best thing you can learn for yourself is learn how to sell to people. Because if you can learn how to sell to people, you can sell anything, including your own expertise. Yeah. And my third lesson is focus on your ultimate end goal. Even as a professional who is looking for for various ways to earn income, focus on your ultimate end goal, because if you really have an end goal, you won't even struggle, and you will treat that business with some seriousness. Yeah. But if you operate a business without an end goal, you will end up eating all the profit, because I mean, your profit, where are you going to take it? Yeah. So as you start your business, have a goal in mind, like, what is this business going to help you achieve? Yeah. More money. Okay, more money for what? What is the goal of that more money? When you have a tangible, solid goal of what you really want to do with this business, it keeps you grounded, it keeps you focused, and it helps you with weather the storm. Because honestly, running a business is something very, it can be excruciating depending on the type of capital that you're injecting in, the commitment, the branding, positioning. Before a business picks up, it takes time, so you really have to be strategic. Yeah. And what has so far, like, what has this journey taught me as a professional? Has it made me a bad professional? Has it made me a better professional? Because I find people who ask me, Claire, wouldn't me venturing into business be a bad idea? Because maybe probably my colleagues will think I am not putting enough work. For me, I usually say it depends with your workplace. But one thing I know for sure, and maybe Grace in subsequent, because this topic is very wide, it's not a topic that, you know, it can be finished in 1 day or 1 hour. And that's why I've just picked like various subtopics and touched, given snippets on the same. But one thing I've learned is that doing business as a side hustle has helped me as a professional to actually improve myself, to discover the talents that I didn't have, like marketing. Yeah. And it's so funny that sometimes we think what we do outside work does not really matter. Yet there are opportunities that have been opened by my businesses and not just by maybe my prior work experience. Yeah, because someone can literally see I have transferable skills that I'm currently using in my businesses that I can also apply somewhere else in a normal workplace. Yeah, and it has also taught me that, you know, I can be a superstar in numbers. I'm a finance expert and so on. But now doing business has helped me understand the market's dynamics, you know, consumer behavior. It has made me to be a more versatile professional, that even as a finance expert, if I go to our CEO or if I go to the company founders, I'm presenting some reports. I'm not just presenting vague numbers, you know, telling them, oh, profit has dropped, this strategy is not working. Why? I have better actionable insights to tell them this will work because of this and these numbers, but also because of this and this that is happening in the market or the consumer behavior and all that. Yeah, so thank you. Grace, over to you.
Yeah, so thank you very much for that summary. I understand when you say this cannot be done in like one session, but there's a very, very interesting question that Richard has asked, other with on the side where some of our followers are on Facebook, and he's asking, is there a risk assessment tool that one can use to know which kind of business to go for?
Repeat that. Business
risk assessment. Risk assessment tool. Are there risk assessment tools when you're choosing the business?
Okay, I think that will depend again on your areas of interest, but I usually say there are no guided like risk assessment tools. For me, I usually say use the normal standard market analysis techniques, yeah, like SWOT, yeah, PESTEL, like if you identify an area of interest. So for instance, like right now I'm running an Airbnb masterclass training. Yeah. So I take all my students through a SWOT analysis of the specific areas they want to set up their Airbnb. Yeah. So they can identify the strengths. What's the strength in that area? What's the weakness in that area? What are some of the risks? Yeah. So from a finance perspective, when it's a matter of being able to identify your risks in business before you start a business, is first of all, you need to draft down your budget first of all, and then also just analyze yourself as a person. Which kind of a person are you? Do you panic when you lose money? Yeah. Do you panic when you're broke? Yeah. Sometimes I tell people nowadays that entrepreneurship has taught me not to panic about small things like being broke, you know, because before, when I had, you know, when I was on this full-time job, when I had not done any sort of business, I used to panic. Yeah. When you look at your bank balance, oh my God, I only have 30K in my account. What is wrong with me? Sometimes I can have zero as an entrepreneur and I don't panic. Yeah. So you need to understand your risk profile as a person on an individual level before you even think of investing. Because if you're a high risk person, or if you're like a risk tolerant person, you can be able to do capital intensive projects. Yeah. But if you're a risk averse person, you will only go to the businesses that don't have like a lot of risks. Yeah.
All right, all right. There's somebody else again on Facebook. I just want to take the 2 questions on Facebook and then I come back to Zoom. How did you start Airbnb business considering this, but I just don't know what to do? And then how do you handle challenges of wanting to do a business that conflicts with your job?
Okay. For me, the Airbnb business, I would say honestly, I was very lucky because my sister was doing it of Nyumba Zetu Airbnbs. She started the business before me. So and because I am a good marketer, I used to help her with marketing. And I remember the first time I marketed her house on Facebook, the post had more than 1,000 likes, 1,000 comments, just because of how I structured it in marketing. Yeah. So during this time when I was assisting her with marketing, I was also doing my own research, trying to understand the market, because now I got interested in the business. I could be able to tell within 3 hours of posting her house on Facebook, it was fully booked for a week. Yeah. And I realized, oh my God, this is such a business with good demand. Yeah. So I started investigating about it on my own end. I asked her questions here and there of setting up and so on. So by the time I was starting this business, already I had a mentor who was my sister. So I had like the proper guidance. I knew the strategic location where to start with. I knew in terms of budgeting, what are some of the risks. So I was fully prepared. So the one who wants to start an Airbnb business, please, maybe Grace, you can get her name. She can get maybe like a free class with me. Normally I charge for my classes, but I'll be giving 2 slots to those who are interested in Airbnb to be able to just like have a conversation with them and take them through. But starting an Airbnb business should not be very scary. It's something doable. You just have to be strategic. Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. That question came from Emily Kishi. Emily Kishi, make sure you get in touch with me. And I think I'll take the other slot. I am just being, yeah. This offer is done. Anyway, and I know my friend John, who is running Airbnbs in Nanyuki, might want to kill me for this, but we will discuss and see which one of us gets that class. Anyway, I was resonating with you when you said running a business can be daunting. We did a session on, I personally think entrepreneurship should be listed in the 1,000 ways to die. We are here, we are alive. I mean, we are doing business and we are alive, and I think we are thriving as well. So Ezra is saying, how did you sample your market niche and what's the pricing model you have adopted for your services?
Wow. I hope that is in reference to Airbnb.
I think so.
Okay. Okay. So I will say, maybe I'll just talk the Airbnb business and the other business, because the pricing model for Airbnb is dependent on your, what is it called? On your location. Where is your Airbnb located? Yeah. Because a 1-bedroom in Ruaka is not the same rate as a 1-bedroom in Westlands. Yeah. So for instance, a 1-bedroom in Westlands monthly rent is 100,000. That is just rent. And you want to convert it into an Airbnb. And maybe a 1-bedroom in Ruaka, monthly rent is around 25 or 30,000. Yeah. So you see, already this informs the pricing, because when I am calculating now my Airbnb costing, I want to be able to recover that rent. I want to be able to make profit. I want to be able to, I want to be able to cater for expenses, small utilities. Yeah. So at the end of it all, you need to come up with your target revenue, total revenue that you want. Then now that target total revenue, you divide it by the number of days. So for instance, for me, if I'm operating a 2-bedroom Airbnb, I will say my target is to get 150,000 per month. Yeah. How am I going to get that 150,000 per month? I simply just divide by the 30 days, and you'll find that I will have to charge an average of around 5,000 per month to be able to achieve that. So that's how to come up with pricing. But pricing is highly dependent on your location, because also you are not operating in isolation. You need to benchmark what are your competitors charging. Yeah. So for instance, I can't be in an apartment where other fellow Airbnb hosts are charging 5,000 per night, and me, I'm charging there 2,000 per night. It means I'll operate at a loss. Yeah. Or I'll be destroying the market dynamics. Yeah. The same way you can't find, let's say you are on Thika Road, Thika Road, most one bedrooms will go for around 3,000, 3,500 per night. Yeah. Now when unaenda hapo unaanza kucharge 6,000 per night, it's going to be impossible. So you just have to consider the market dynamics. When it comes to my other business, Nafu House Collections, pricing again is dependent on the cost of goods. At what point or at what price did the goods land in the country, and what is my profit margin, and and small expenses like rent for the shop in town, yeah, and things like that. Yeah.
Okay, interesting perspectives. Betty saying, what if someone has already has a business where you cannot monitor finances directly? What can we do?
Employ reliable people. Employ reliable people, but I usually say, if it's a business that has stock, please ensure you do stock takes. Yeah. As a business owner, you can't tell me you will miss 1 week without stepping into your business premise. If it's a business that money is flowing every day, like this exchange of goods and services, yeah, you have to have systems in place. You have to have reliable people, and you have to make them accountable. I usually tell people, me, I'm a very shrewd business person. Like, there's no way, for instance, I will employ someone on friendship basis or on, by them being family. Even if they're family, they have to be accountable and let them know if something is not right. Yeah. And the only way as a business owner you will notice something is not right is by first knowing what is happening in the business. The main reason why most business people lose money, it's because they don't know what exactly is happening in the business. Yeah. So for instance, if someone is operating a restaurant, yeah, and they have never gone to that restaurant themselves, they don't know what's the approximate number of customers who come in. It will be very easy for the employees to steal from them because they don't know the demands and supply of that business.
Okay. And then there's I think 2 questions. In one, 2 people asking about how do you handle challenges of wanting to do a business that conflicts with your job or profession? I think I've seen 2 of those questions.
Oh yeah, okay. I don't know what they mean by what it conflicts.
Conflict of interest. Sometimes you're running, for example, if you're in HR, you work for Tara Solutions, and then you have your own consulting firm.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Conflict of interest, yeah.
Okay, I think that will be like dependent on your employment contract, and that's why I usually tell people, especially for us who are in the finance business space, you really need to be careful when you're signing these contracts. Does the contract forbid you from offering consultancy services? Yeah. So for instance, for me, I'm a financial analyst. I am employed, but that doesn't mean I can't consult for another company. Yeah. Because for me, my contract with my company starts from 9 to 5. What I do beyond the 5 and before the 9, it's none of the company's business. Yeah. As long as I am not going to, I'm not committing corporate espionage, I'm not sharing company secrets. Yeah. Or as long as it's not like a direct compete client. Yeah. So I think, especially maybe like for you, Grace, like for HR professionals, I'm sure you also have some sort of arrangements that governs whether you can offer consultancy services to other people. Yeah. But also, yeah, you really have to be careful.
Yeah, your contracts have to be airtight, and you also need to refer to your contracts if you're looking at this. But again, if you're an employer, I must remind you that we're living in the gig economy era. Exactly. So this one might be, in about 5 years, it will be phasing out. So you need to brace yourself.
Yeah, it's even phasing out. I know of people who have 3 jobs.
Yeah. Yeah, so people and we had such an argument in one of the HR groups today.
People are working. So plus this is Kenya. I imagine the cost of living is going up, Grace. Yeah.
Yeah, fuel tomorrow is 156 shillings, man. Imagine, 159 rather.
As you know, you even saw those statistics from the Kenya Bureau of Statistics, which was saying only like a handful of Kenyans earn 100,000 and above. Yeah. Mm-hmm, so you can imagine how expensive it is to live in this country. If you earn below 100,000, how are people going to survive on one job? Yeah. That is paying them maybe a few shillings here and there. So I think we are going to become the likes of United States, actually, where people have to work 3 jobs to make ends meet.
Oh yeah. It's quite sad because our minimum wage at this point is about 18,000, and employers are saying we cannot afford this. The 12% increment is not sustainable for most employers. But employees are like, my friend, we are not able to meet ends. So what do we do, you know? So I guess we'll have to open up more avenues rather than just stick to one. John Mozia is saying, from a financial expert perspective, is it safe to do savings with microfinance, particularly a SACCO?
From a financial expert perspective, is it possible to do what?
Is it safe to invest, or rather, to save in SACCO?
Yeah, I do serve in SACCO. I'm part of Safaricom SACCO, by the way. I will say, again, before you choose your saving mechanism, I will refer back to your goals. What's your end goal? Because I usually tell my clients, especially those who come for financial advice, where you save is dependent on what you want to do with the money or with the savings. Yeah. So for instance, if you don't plan on taking loans, if you don't plan on you're not a business person like me, a SACCO might not be the best platform for you to save, because the main reason why the SACCO exists is for you to save and to borrow against your savings 3 times. Yeah. So you see, if you're just there to save, you will feel frustrated, because also SACCOs have regulations. You can't just withdraw your money like that. The only time you get more money is when maybe you get dividends and things like that, or the only way you get money from your SACCO is through taking loans, or when you're closing your account completely. Yeah. So SACCOs are good. They're very good, especially for business people, small business owners. Yeah. And if you want to take if you want to get credit facilities from different places, SACCOs are very good. And usually they also have like very good other investment opportunities, empowerment for members. So me, from a finance perspective, they're better than banks, because a bank will just keep your money. The day you want a loan, it's when you will know, especially when you're a small business owners. So I usually say SACCOs are good for small business owners, especially those who are not like on full-time employment. So you see, for me, if I'm in full-time employment and I go to my bank, they'll just give me the loan, because they know at the end of the month, Claire has to get a salary. Her salary is processed through this account. Yeah. But if it's just a business owner, the bank will start looking at them like, what's your cash flow? Is this even reliable? But a SACCO doesn't look at that. A SACCO looks at your savings. They don't care whether you're in full-time employment or not. Have you been saving consistently? Do you have guarantors? Yeah.
All right. And there are quite a number of questions. First of all, Sabina and Abigail, we will pray for you and then introduce you to Claire for they want to understand what to do with the interiors of their houses. And they also are asking me to negotiate for the Airbnb masterclass rate for them. So I will make sure I negotiate for you guys who have tuned in here today. At least you can get something. And then somebody is asking for the name of your carpet store. They're looking for a carpet. Maybe you can put that on the chat. And then, okay, so clear marketing strategies for services. So what are some of the marketing strategies you can give for service, business in service, I think?
So for services, I would say, first of all, what I've seen most people forgetting to do is creating their company profiles. Yeah. When you offer a service to someone, you need to create a system of referral, incentivize referral systems. Yeah. Like the first client you offer a service to should be able to refer another customer to you. Yeah. And I'm saying this especially in the Airbnb business model. This is a service industry, because you're just providing accommodation. You're not even interacting with the customers. Yeah. And one of the things that happened to me is, when you provide good services, the clients keep coming back. Like for last week, there's a client who stayed in my house the whole of January. He was from the US. And last week I get a message from him. He's telling me, I'm coming back to Nairobi. Will I be able to get the same place I was in? Can I book it again? And I say yes. The other time I had connected another client again. They came with their family. They enjoyed the place. The next thing I hear is, my brother is also coming. Are you able to find a house for them in this month? Yeah. So in the service industry, don't be afraid to ask for referrals. That's what most people forget. Yeah. Once you provide a good service to a client, thank them for staying with you or for using their service, and tell them, please refer us to people who you know are coming to stay in this place and this place. Yeah.
All right, all right. And I like that. I like the asking for referrals. Teddy has been asking, what are some of the challenges on running an Airbnb?
Some of the challenges of there's so many, okay, but not very many. Let me not scare you guys. I would say the major challenge is wear and tear. As you know, Kenyans are just Kenyans, and human beings are just human beings. So there'll be a lot of wear and tear, especially in terms of furniture. So ensure if you're doing furniture, you see me looking around my house to see if my furniture has wear and tear. So you will find that you will need to do a replacement here and there, broken cutlery, broken utensils, broken, crockery and stuff, but not on a daily basis, obviously. So expect to replace things. Expect pilferage. Some clients steal things. People will steal things as towels, slippers. And obviously, if you don't have rules in place, again, and if you host parties, expect just a lot of damages in the house. So you need to have systems in place so that you are not inconvenienced as a host.
All right. And I am getting somebody who is saying, Grace, this thing is only focused on Airbnbs. How do we balance our time, those who are running other businesses?
Okay, yeah, the thing is not focused on Airbnbs as well. I'm sure you guys have heard me mention I run a Full House Collections, which is a household business. I'm also a co-director at the Judicial Preparatory School. Yeah. So what I can say in terms of running your business as a full-time professional is create time. Yeah. This is something that I have seen from my parents growing up. My parents are also full-time professionals, but they have their own businesses. And what I've seen from them is from Monday to Friday, they'll be very committed in their full-time work. But on the weekends, they are checking on their businesses. They're checking on the people they have employed. They are going physically there to see what has been happening. If there are errors happening, they rectify them. Yeah. So as a full-time professional, create a routine to be able to also check the health of your business. Don't be a laissez-faire person. Yeah. Even if you've employed people to run the business for you, just ensure you're doing something about it. Yeah.
Right. So management, you have to be present and asking and ask the right questions, right?
Yeah. Ask the right questions. Whether you're virtually present or physically present, ask the right questions. And by the way, and that's why I insist a lot on customer feedback, irrespective of the business you're running. Always ask for feedback. Yeah. So for instance, even so my parents run a preparatory school, which I'm also a co-director in it. Yeah. So one of the things we do is ask for feedback from parents, because we are not there on a daily basis to manage the school. Yeah. But when you go for school meetings, you can be able to pick the tone. When you have parents meetings, what are the parents saying about the school? What are the students saying about the school? Sometimes people imagine, you have to be physically there, install cameras and see what is happening. But you can pick feedback from very small things that if you just make an effort of finding out, you'll discover if things are going wrong. Yeah.
All right. All right. Interesting. Today we are in class, I'm telling you. Where. But I am really, really appreciating this because I think part of the biggest challenge has been, one, identifying the business to do, two, balancing and juggling between the two, because I think sometimes one will suffer. But of most importance, Claire, how do we decide it's time to let go of one?
How do we decide if it's time to let go of one? I will say you're not in business to make losses. Yeah. If you're perennially making losses, there's something wrong going somewhere. Yeah. And to be honest, there are times you outgrow the business. Yeah. Or because you have found a better business somewhere else and you just need to let go. It's hard, but you need to learn to let go. Yeah. Because at the end of it all, you can't be a master of all. And that's why I insist a lot on identifying your niche. Yeah. Even me, I started with selling general household goods, but now I'm narrowing down to carpets because that's where most of my clients identify me with. If you ask online where to get carpets, people will direct you to Nafu House Collections. Yeah. So you need to learn to master that. With time, you might start as a generalist. When you're starting business, you'll start as a generalist, like you're trying everything here and there. But with time, you'll realize this works, this does not work. I am good at this, I'm not good at this. So you need to learn how to shed off slowly by slowly and master, because the only way to doing something super productive and excellent is the path of mastery. Yeah.
All right. All right. Okay, so I like this question by Rebecca. How do you handle the conflict when you're using different skill sets, your main job and side hustle? How do you brand yourself?
I think this largely depends on the audience, where I am in. So like you see right now, this is a diverse audience. So first I had to introduce myself, what I do professionally. So I'm a finance and investment professional, but then at the same time, I'm an entrepreneur. I run my own businesses. Yeah. So it's just a matter of, actually, when you're comfortable in both, you won't even have a problem. You won't have to feel like you need to have different titles in different situations. But I usually say, branding, especially if I was maybe to share my CV, I've branded myself as a finance and investment professional who is very passionate about entrepreneurship, technology, fintech, because that's the space where I work in. So I usually say, whatever you do in your full-time role and whatever you do in your hustle, they correlate at the end of it all. It's one person, it's not two different people. Yeah. And maybe hopefully in the coming months, when we have an updated version of this Grace, when I do like a second cover up of this, I'll be able to give you guys a testimony of how my side hustle actually landed me like a good managerial position somewhere else. Yeah, because they felt, oh my God, this person has really good skills, strategic skills. Yeah. And they felt she has also good managerial skills. Yeah. So sometimes you might think someone is not watching what you're doing beyond your work, but there's someone somewhere who knows this is one person. Yes, she has all this other business, she has this full-time career, but this is coming from one person. So in fact, when I'm looking for like opportunities, job opportunities, like all my roles that I currently hold as a professional, these are roles that blend the three. They blend finance, they blend operations, they blend marketing. And it's very rare to get such a person. Yeah. So, and that's why I insist entrepreneurship will help you leverage all your skills into one and make you a better professional. Yeah. So don't ever feel like you have to show your side hustle persona and then now your full-time persona. My colleagues at work know Claire as the entrepreneurial finance guru. Yeah, that's why they know me. They know Claire is so good at finance. She's also so good at entrepreneurship. Yeah.
Yeah, and probably I can also piggyback on that. I try to call myself the definition of the gig economy. I work at Atara Solutions. I run a carpentry school. Wow. I coordinate events at the Institute of Human Resource Management. And I mean, there's a lot that goes on. So, and I'm not shy. Even when I'm introducing myself, I actually introduce myself as with all the caps that I wear, and it's quite comfortable. So I really, yeah, Rebecca, start practicing. And I think I had a conversation with one of the creatives, and I know he's logged in on Facebook, and he was like, I don't have a brand. And I said, you don't need a brand. Mm-hmm. You are good at what you are good at. And if you're gifted, you are gifted.
Exactly.
Yeah. So why are we running on?
I think that is something that people should just snap out of it. And I think also it's because of these myths and misconceptions that I've been talking about, that when people hear entrepreneurship, they think, oh my God, this is for people who are struggling. But it's not. Entrepreneurship is what is making billions of funding come to Africa. That's why we have startups. That's entrepreneurship. Yeah. So I think people should understand that entrepreneurship is not something that people think it's for struggling people or for poor people, because that's what we have been taught. Yeah. Since we were small, we have been taught, oh my God, if you go for entrepreneurship, it's because you don't have a job, you have not been able to secure a job, or maybe you didn't finish school. That's what most people used to think. But you see, nowadays, professionals do entrepreneurship at large scale. Even that company you are working for, that is the work of an entrepreneur. The owner is an entrepreneur, yeah. So we need to learn to be able to embrace all sides of ourselves, yeah.
Yeah.
And apply that in our skills. Yeah.
Yes, and also try and protect, because I've seen a comment by somebody saying many people are in employment are uncomfortable mentioning that they have a small startup. I understand, because sometimes it might be work against you. So you also need to understand your environment and know to who are you what. You know, you're not going to go on announcing that, hey, I am the owner of this. No. Calm down, Missy. Calm down. Relax.
Yeah.
Yeah, but to some extent, by the way, you go ahead and you'll grow in it, and at some point you'll have to go ahead. There's somebody who said it's like hiding pregnancy. Yeah, it grows out, it doesn't grow in. So at some point it will come out. So and you have to make sure that as it comes out, you actually control the story. I think that is what I can also add on that. So I'm also interested in travel business. Nice places to visit. Shed some light on this, please.
Actually, travel business.
Business. You shed some light on travel business. Do you have anything?
Okay. I'm also interested in the travel business. Nice places to visit. Shed some light on this. Okay, so I'm trying to understand if this person means they want to start like a travel company.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're wondering, probably looking for more information. Abigail, please write what exactly you mean by asking that.
Oh, okay. I see. She said yes. Yeah. So I feel like the travel industry is very dynamic. Yeah. And again, this depends with your positioning, market positioning. It might be, it might look quite hard, like to penetrate into the market, because you need a little bit of capital intensive investment. You need to have connections. Yeah. But from what I've seen many people doing, and Abigail, if you're on Facebook, please check out Career Women and check out a lady called Monica Florence of John Bow Tours and Travel. I've seen that company grow from scratch, and I'm like, wow. Right now it's a big tours and travel company. So it's something doable. For me, I usually say there's enough market for everyone. Yeah. Because industries that are highly service oriented, it all depends with your connection with the customers, referrals, and the systems you'll put in place. So if it's something that you're passionate about, you need to register like what people are doing, what is happening in the market, and what are some of these areas you feel that maybe the available operators have not sufficiently covered. Because that's ideally the essence of business. That's why you will see QuickMart in Ruaka, the same time there's Clean Shelf, because Clean Shelf realized, okay, QuickMart does not provide certain things. Let's also start there. Or QuickMart is not sufficient for the residents of Ruaka. Yeah.
Excellent. I was just on Facebook trying to see whether there's something we might have missed on. Oh yeah, and I have quite some good news, my people. We have offers today. Fina Gardens is offering 10% discount if you go and mention that you heard about them or visiting them or something. Mention my name or that of Atara Solutions, or get it right with Atara Solutions, and you will definitely get a 10% discount. If you want to go in August, if you want to take a holiday around August and you go to Fina Gardens Resort in Naivasha and you mention my name, you will be able to get 1 night free. So you book 2 nights, 1 night will be free. Imagine that. But that offer, please note, is for August. Don't start planning your holiday today. So go plan, strategize, and August, we are allowing you to go to Fina Gardens Resort, mention my name, and you will definitely book 2 nights and get 1 night free. But if you just go for anything else other than the 2 nights, you'll get a 10% discount. How about that? So Helen is asking, which I think is very important before I announce the giveaways by Pathway Solutions. Do you pay, what's the end goal for your business, and do you pay yourself a salary?
Okay, so for me, I usually have like long-term investment goals. So for instance, if you ask me what's the end goal of my Airbnb business, for me is to be able to get much so that I can buy my own apartment. Yeah. So like, you see, I'm using this business first. I've started small. I don't own the apartments for Airbnb. I usually just rent. Yeah. But for me, my end goal is to buy my own apartments. But how can I do that? It's first try and, do the business, let it work, save more money, and then I'll be able to buy my own apartment. So you see, when I have that goal in mind, I can't just use the money anyhowly. Or, I can't, even if I'm paying myself a salary, which I do, Helen, a portion of it, I'm able now to remit the other to my savings account and know, okay, I'm saving towards this end goal. Yeah. So that's what I mean by having an end goal for each of your business, so that you are not just squandering the money when you get the money. Yeah.
All right. All right. And I think sometimes it's easier to start a business while employed, because then even if it backfires, you're still okay. Yeah,
Exactly.
I think it's quite a good thing. All right. I think we have lost Catherine. I think our internet today is really misbehaving.
Oh,
But
yes.
before we get to hear maybe the last question and a summary from our speaker, Claire. So Pathway Solutions is offering two offers today. The first offer is for individuals. 5 people will get courses through the LMS. LMS is Learning Management System. On the courses that are on your screen, writing a business plan, entrepreneurship 101, managing customer service, marketing for small businesses, social media for business. So if you are interested in this, 5 people each, 2 LMS training. Okay, so 5 of you will get 2 courses as they are listed here. So if you're in this call, there are 2 people who are asking about how do they market their businesses. Please don't put it on the chat. Send me an email. Please send me an email. Last week I was in trouble because people wrote on the chat while others wrote on email, and it was easier for me to follow the email rather than chat. So please send me an email at grace@tatarasolutions.co.ke. I know my team is about to type that on the chat. And 5 people will get 2 courses. This is LMS is you learn by yourself. LMS is Learning Management System. So you teach yourself. And the terms and conditions are the course must be completed in 60 days. It must be completed using the LMS, of course. And then we need your name and email to register. And then you must select a maximum of 2 courses and a minimum of 1 course. So for those of you who are interested in this, please send me an email and you get an opportunity to train yourself on the LMS for Pathway Solution Services, and you will get a certificate after the course. Now, the other offer is for the business people who are here. If you're an entrepreneur and you have a team, Pathway Solutions is offering a training for your people on Zoom. And these are 2 trainings. So if you're the person, oh God, what have I done? If you're an entrepreneur and are on this call and are interested to get your training, your team trained for free by Pathway Solutions, 5 companies, and each company will get 2 trainings or workshops. And this will be first come, first served, of course. Even if you send an email, the first 5 are the ones who will get this. And then free training and certificated workshop for each attendee. So your staff will get trained on the 2 courses that you choose on their leadership, executive leadership courses. So 5 of you who will send an email to me, if you're an entrepreneur and you have a team, your team will get trained by Pathway Solutions for free on Zoom or Google Meets, and for 2 courses. So if you're an entrepreneur here, you have a team and are looking to take advantage of this, please send me an email, Grace@Tatara Solutions, or you can use Frank's email. Please, Jacinta or Kevin, one of you, please put in Frank's email on the chat. And then you can also put mine. Please make sure you copy both of us so that we are aware of who. So entrepreneurs, 2 courses for your team on Zoom or Google Meets. This will be live by Pathway Solutions. We'll be able to share with you guys the brochure, and you can choose the courses to be trained on. And then 5 people, 2 courses each. On the 5 courses that have been selected on your screen, you can screenshot and send an email. And I'm sure we have a few emails received already. So please take advantage of these offers. And we are really grateful to you, Pathway Solutions, for really gracing our sessions every day. Please don't forget to take advantage of the offers offered by Fina Gardens Resort. Please don't trip on the chat. Aki, I don't know. mimi sijui nitawafanyia nini. If you put it on the chat, I will definitely forget, because after this I'll go and check the emails, and that's where we use. So Helen, Irene, I hope you already sent me an email on email. Yeah, so Kevin has put Frank's email, and he has put my email address on the chat. So if you haven't, please do. If you're an entrepreneur, state that you're an entrepreneur. If you're an employee, please state that you're an employee. Claire.
Yep.
Parting shot.
Parting shots is there's no investment without being entrepreneurial, by the way, my people. If you need to increase your disposable income in this Kenya, think entrepreneurship, yeah? Think about creating a side hustle for yourself, yeah? And I'm saying this because most people, or rather Kenya, we have like the lowest savings and investment rate, like us Kenyans. And it's not because we don't have money, it's just because we are not properly planning our finances. We don't do investment planning. Like you find people earn a lot of money, but they don't know what to do with the money. Yeah. And if you don't know what to do with the money, you end up eating the money. Yeah. So please, if you attended this course today and you're struggling with your personal finance, you're struggling with the investment planning, ensure you register for my individual personalized finance classes, or you register for Airbnb masterclass for those who are interested in masterclass, and just reach me out. Yeah, if you just need to talk and rant about how life is hard, I'm also available, but you can only do that at Java. Thank you.
Oh my God, Claire. All right. That is noted. Yes, FINA is FI. FINA is FI. I will be sharing their logo just now. I'm just trying to see whether we missed out on any question before we call it a night. And please, I hope you have taken advantage of the offer from Pathway Solutions. How do you handle a guest who has broken your 75-inch TV? Do we have laws protecting hosts?
All my guests have to book through the Airbnb platform unless there are direct referrals from fellow hosts. So when the guests book through the Airbnb platform, the app, you are automatically covered. There's the Airbnb cover. It's called the air cover. Yeah. It once happened to me. My guests, some of them missed my microwave. It got spoiled. They damaged a few things here and there. You take photos of what is damaged immediately. When the clients come out on a client, you tell them, first you assess the situation with the client, yeah? You tell them, okay, you've gone against my house rules, and that's why I always insist all hosts should have house rules, so that when such things happen, you know how to deal with them. For me, it happened to me. I just took photos of whatever had transpired. I sent to the Airbnb platform. I attached receipts. Again, keep receipts, keep records, yeah? I attached receipts of the individual items. It didn't even take more than 24 hours. The money was reimbursed to my account. Yeah. And also the clients paid me as well, because obviously I was strict and I was mad, and yeah, I threatened them, but that is a story for another day. Yeah, but you don't have to threaten them. If they have booked through the app, you just assess the situation, document, and you'll be reimbursed. But you see, if it's an offline booking, that will be a police case, obviously, because now Airbnb won't be liable for that because you didn't use their platform. Yeah.
Yeah. Purity, time management for those employed is the challenge. That's true, but you have 24 hours in a day. There's a lot you can do within 24 hours, including sleep and family. Yeah, so allow me to just share this. There are people who are asking, is it Fina Garden or Fina Gardens? All right, so the offer is from Fina Gardens. Fina is Fina Gardens, Fina Gardens Resort. They are in Naivasha. You can check them out on Facebook, Instagram, and I think they have a website. Fina Gardens is on Moi South Lake. By the way, for those of you who are going for, what do we call it? This thing happening next week, Safari Rally, and you're looking for a place to sleep, Fina Gardens will be able to sort you out. And please, when you go, just mention Zula and like a discount will come flying your way. All right, so this webinar is brought to you by Atara Solutions in partnership with Balcon Housing and Stallion Construction Company. Balcon Housing, Stallion Construction Company, Pathway Solution Services have been in our support from season 2, and we are really, really, really grateful, because running free sessions and making sure they're happening every week, it's no mean feat. By the way, Zoom cost has gone so high up, and we apologize for those of you who are not able to log in. I don't know, for the last 3 weeks, we've been really getting issues with Zoom. So I think I will have to write to them tomorrow. But yeah, so AIMS College of Business and Technology, Wandi Restaurant, the Career Management Center, WeClean, Kapula Mintito, Panessa Training, thank you very much. And then special mention to Fina Gardens, Pathway Solutions, College of Career Guidance and Development. Speaking of College of Career Guidance and Development, next week we are running a session for parents. How do you support, or what is your role in supporting your children in choosing their careers? What is the role of a parent in supporting their children in their career choices? That is what we are discussing next week on Tuesday. Of course, I said we demystify issues in employment and entrepreneurship. So we are making sure that the entrepreneurs and employees of tomorrow are actually equipped with the correct information to be able to succeed. And that's why we're bringing that to you. And I'm very, very excited and looking forward to July. It is the HR month. So quite a number of sessions will come for HR professionals. I can't wait. We are hosting somebody who's been working in the global market in July. Oh my God, I'm so excited about that. Who will help us understand how to grow our careers in HR, and quite a number of other things. We have Kibet who will come on and talk about labor relations, quite a lot of things around HR. Please, not to mention that if you're not in HR, don't come. Come, you need to understand how your employment works. Don't just say that my contract did not have that indicated. Come and understand how they come up with these contracts. Yeah, that will be our focus in what is this month? July. All right, so thank you very much, our partners. We really appreciate you. For those of you who are looking for a side hustle, kujeni tuwafundishe carpentry at Panessa Training Institute, and we'll be able to help you become a better person in terms of side hustle. All right. So now, do we book on booking.com for Fina? How do we say it's because of you? You can make a phone call, and I know the director is actually on this call, and I'm sure probably we'll have answers. You can get in touch with me and I'll be able to give you further details, because I'm sure he has read that comment and he's aware of what's happening. All right, so Claire has shared her contact details. For those of you who are asking about the Airbnb course or any other financial training course, please get in touch with her. If you're not able to, just holler. I'll be able to give you her direct contact. Yeah, so thank you so much, Claire, for doing this. Thank you for being here. I think we have learned a lot. I hope the people here have learned a lot. Thank you, Team Facebook. Thank you so much for joining in, and I hope you have learned. Oh yeah, so let me share Claire's contact on Facebook. Just 1 second. All right. Just trying to paste this on Facebook. Where is paste now? There we go. So Team Facebook, there you go with Claire's contacts. I've shared her email address and her mobile number. You can get in touch with her for more information about anything and everything that we have learned here today. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Claire. Thank you, our sign language interpreter, Catherine Sidandi. Pole sana for your internet today, and we apologize to our audience on Catherine's behalf in terms of, for those who understand sign language. Unfortunately, her internet was misbehaving, and this is normal. Technology has been failing us sometimes. Ubaka, you're like, ja. And thank you, Afula, for running very fast to join us here. If you're joining here for the first time, we do this every Tuesday from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Okay, nowadays it's like 9:30, but yeah, there's a lot that has been going on. So thank you so much for your time, and I hope you have learned something. See you next week, same time, same place. Please, please, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you came late and you want to catch up on this recording, we will be uploading it on our YouTube channel Get it right with Atara Solutions. Thank you very much, Abigail, for that comment. We really appreciate. And please follow us on Instagram, Atara Solutions. Join our WhatsApp group. Oh my God, we forgot. Join our WhatsApp group to get informed on what's happening on Get It Right with Atara Solutions. Get informed on what are the topics we're discussing, and just get to interact and network with people. Yeah, okay, so fine. So for those of you who are asking about Fina Gardens, I am going to post their, there you go, with their website. And then my team, where are you with the link to WhatsApp group? Muko wapi, muko wapi. Kevin, Jacinta, David, where are you guys?
People are asking for the link to the WhatsApp group.
Yeah, that is what I'm trying to get.
Actually, even me, I need to be in the WhatsApp group, by the way.
Yes. I am trying to just get the link now.
You can just copy paste in the chat.
That's what I'm trying to do. Invite, copy link. There you go. There is our WhatsApp group. Please join in, and you will be able to get details on what's happening on Atara Solutions, and you can come and just probably network with people as we look forward to planning a physical meetup at the end of season 3, as we try and take a break at some point. But we are on 21, so we are still on 21st episode. We have like 10 to go before we can take a break. So, but we are looking forward. I don't know, Brian, your hand has been up for a while. Is it that you wanted to say something? Okay, the hand has gone down as fast. All right, so we have we have shared the WhatsApp group link. Please join our WhatsApp group. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you have learned, and I hope that you continue learning. If you have missed any of our sessions, please go to our YouTube channel. There's a lot. I tell you, there's a lot. And by the way, the information we shared here, you would be paying an arm and a leg.
Yep.
So please take advantage. Take advantage. If you have staff in the office who and probably you don't have a training budget, go there and pick something and train them. We must change the world through information. You know, ignorance has no defense. All right, my people, thank you so much for being here, and have yourselves a lovely evening. I hope you've taken advantage of the offers by Pathway Solutions. I hope you'll take the offer by Fina Gardens. And of course, we have shared Claire's offer. Claire gave 2 slots for Airbnb. I know I am supposed to not win that, but I have taken it, sorry. And then there is the lady who asked about her interest on Airbnb. And then, so allow us to just have that for now. But I know she will come back with more offers. So thank you very much, Claire. Thank you, Catherine. Thank you, our audience, and have yourselves a lovely night. Pole sana Aki, nimewatesa lakini Aki wacheni tu hata mimi nipate moja.
Bye everyone. See you.